Okay, today we are doing, it's called an IYV guitar. IYV. These are made in Vietnam. I think they're in the same plant or same factory as makes the Harley Benton guitars. This is very similar to several Harley Benton. What's the other company? Michael something. I've seen a few of these before. I really like this one. It's got some great sounding P90 pickups, and I really like, the string through, but having like an all-in-one intonation adjustable bridge like this is really fantastic. Some changes I've made to this guitar over the past few years is I've added I changed out the pots because the ones that were in it were just destroyed, very scratchy, and it was a real trick kind of dealing with doing everything through the F holes. But today we're going to just do a quick string change. One of the things I like to do is get some light on the subject. One of the things I like to do is treat the neck, kind of clean up the frets a little bit. This one hasn't had a string change in a long time. I like to do these fairly often if I'm gigging with this guitar. I have been using this as a backup guitar for several gigs during the summer. We do a kind of a residency in Alexandria Bay, and I like to have a good solid backup guitar. And this one sometimes is my main guitar. I enjoy using it. It's inexpensive, but I've gotten a lot of good use out of it. I did put on some locking tuners. I've got a string guide down here that's rolling style string guide. It did have a problem early on with strings falling out or falling off the fretboard. And I think that's helped a lot with that. So we're going to just do a quick string change. So here we go. Make sure everything's in focus. Hey, yay. So here we go. Ooh, I lied. These are not locking. It's not a locking tuner system. I'm going to have to get some locking tuners for this. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I lied. It is locking. These are Grover locking tuners. They as you unwrap them, they unlock themselves, or they lock themselves. Very cool. Look at that. I've already stabbed myself once. Only once. You'd think you'd learn. Yeah, these lock as they're tightened up. Actually have some dinner waiting, so I'm going to do this quickly. It's kind of a quick change. Never let your guitar updates or changes or edits or fixes get in the way of your meals. Yeah, it's been a while since this fretboard's been loved. I normally change strings a lot more often, but as anybody in my band knows, I usually wait till something breaks before I actually update or fix anything. Sometimes it's easier just to pull out another guitar. We play in a seasonal kind of area for tourists and some locals, but essentially when we play, if something breaks, I usually have a backup guitar I can pull out, and then I'll go fix it before my next gig there. So yeah, this is pretty filthy. Okay. All right. Well, I just want to give the strings just a little bit, or the frets a little bit of love, a little love on the frets. I'm not going to go crazy because I do have, this is my guitar, it's not a customer guitar, and try to stay awake. Polishing, polishing. You can use steel wool, and I do have one of those guides that protects the fingerboard from scratching. I really like these fret erasers. These are from I believe Hosco makes these. Befaku, something like that, I don't know. I got these from Solo Guitars in Toronto, which is, even though I'm in the United States, it's kind of close. I like to support companies that take care of guitar players. That was 400 grit. You can do 180. This is just a quick change, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. And I'm not here to polish. What's that guy's name? He's got a great channel. You got to check out his guitar repairs. Wood something. Damn, he's good. Polish. I'm afraid to admit that the last time I did a change on this guitar was in June. It is April, and when I say June, it was June of 2021. That is way too long. I must have, that was my records. My records must be wrong. I would never let a guitar go that long without a string change. I do have to do my Fender Telecaster tonight too. I don't know if I'm going to get to it, but all right, enough of that excitement. Now if this were anybody else's guitar, if this were a customer's guitar, I would take the time to really get these polished really well. One thing I am going to do is, and only because my boiled linseed oil container has sealed itself shut. Normally I'd put boiled linseed oil on this. I have not been able to open this. I've tried just about everything to get it open. It just does not. Oop, is that open? There's no way that's opening. Somehow I think the whole thing is turning. Yeah, I just can't seem to get that open. So we will put some Dunlop Ultimate Lemon Oil on it, and watch it soak it up. Some of these guitars that come from overseas, and I did buy this new, they come over in who knows what, storage container of some sort, and they get dried out in transit when they finally get here. Usually their fretboards are pretty dry, and the boiled linseed oil is my preferred thing. I'm going to have to put a hole in the can and drain it into, there we go, suck that up, suck it up. Boiled linseed oil, put it into like a plastic container, something that won't get stuck. Let's see, we have, this is a very technical device. It's called a black sock. The black sock of death. There we go. Sounds exciting if you say that. I'm just spreading this around so that it gets in evenly before I wipe it off. It really doesn't have to be on very long, but I like to clean the frets, and it always feels good too when you have you know, your polished frets and a nice clean fretboard. It smells good too. One thing I'm noticing with some of these guitars from overseas is they rust really easily. I don't know what they're using for screws. This one's pretty good. I've got a couple of Xavier guitars that I've struggled with rusting issues on them. I don't know if their stainless steel is made out of the same thing that we see on things like Fender guitars. Good. So, all right, they're really not doing a lot today. We're just gonna start by running these, and I'm using Diodario with 1052s. Is that what it is? 1050 something. Take a look. I usually use Slinkies, and I thought I'd try these out. And Diodario 10 to 46. 1046. I kind of like the Slinkies. I really like 10s on my guitars. I use mostly single coil Fender style guitars, or you know, and the Slinkies seem to work for me. The price has been going up, and I said, well, I like to buy my strings in packs of 10. All right, so I usually get a couple going here. Make sure it's in there good. And when I'm taking the strings out, I try to make the hole this way so that I like to get like 4 fingers under. I don't know if you can see that, but like essentially about there, and make a bend in it and bend up, And then bring this around. And if you have a flathead screwdriver, you can kind of pop these up. And that usually makes a nice tight fit. Especially since these are locking. It's probably in good shape there. I've seen people go, you know, go a few past the peg head there for length, and that's a good way too. If I don't have the locking pin, that's generally what I do. Get my finger stuck. Hear that? Just dropped. You don't want that to happen when you're playing. That's why it's good to kind of lift those up a bit. And it also helps to lock it in. Neck is still soaking up that juice. Forgot to wipe that down. Normally I give that a good wipe, and it looks pretty good. A couple more strings. And the other thing I like about the Slinky strings, they come individually packed. These, they do them in groups of 2. And I keep a cheater from one of the things, so I know which string goes where. Let's see, right now we're looking for black and green, and what I want next is the wound one. Which is the black one. Then the solid one. The least favorite string of the pack is always the G string, because you're always flat. Okay, here we go. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing this in the dark. There it is. Hear that? Wound string. Yeah. Generally go under. Finger. And listen, I don't get. Then our dreaded G string, the evilest of the strings, the string of evil. Wow, I really need, my glasses are bad. You like how I blame my glasses for my terrible eyesight? There we go. cool. Where did I put them? Here they are. Purple and silver. Boy, I gotta clean off this bench. I was doing some wiring on it the other day and put some treble bleeds in a couple of guitars. And that is a really cool, cheap thing to fix on your guitar. Make it, if you're struggling with tones on your guitar, consider a treble bleed. It really makes your guitar more, gives you a lot more tone variation. I have been having a blast with the upgrade. Okay. Eyesight has failed me. Wow, that's embarrassing. It's important to have lights on your bench. You have to, oop, I accidentally got it. It's funny how often you work on something, and the more you work on it, the luckier you get. All right, there we go. Get the E string in. And which way does it go? There we go. Looks pretty good. Looking pretty good. Okay. Reference. What I like to do is get it in the ballpark. Hitting the wrong string. get it in the ballpark. Now we're just going to do a little stretch. This is mainly just to pop any of the, or to seat any of the ball end, and also to allow these to, the tuners to, if there's any slack, tighten that right up. Put your hand up here, just a little tug. Let me give it a, it took us down a whole note. I always keep strings at the gig, strings and a winder. I use acoustic guitar at times, so it's good to get one of those winders that has the little groove on it on the end to, you know, pull up the pegs at on the saddle. Get the bridge. Fantastic. All right. That's a technical sock here. His fingerprints are everywhere. Fingerprints go. But it is a guitar. It is meant to be touched. So fingerprints are going to happen. It's going to happen. Pretty guitar. So that's it. That's how we change strings on this IYV guitar. If you like what you see, let me know. I'm going to try to post a few of these. I mean, if you enjoy it, tell me what you like. If you wish we did better editing, I don't know what to tell you. I'm more of a guitar player than a computer guy. And I don't know about you, I just love guitars. During the pandemic, I spent a bunch of time online, as many of us did, checking out different sites or YouTube channels, people fixing guitars, because I had a bunch of guitars that needed fixing. And I thought, I'm going to learn how to do that. So I spent a little time online, and I encourage everybody to do the same. You can work on your own guitar. Take some time, do it right, and you will be rewarded for it. So yeah, so that's my IYV guitar. It's filthy on the back. See that? Look how filthy that is. And got to clean off my bench. It's picking up all kinds of staticky stuff. But yeah, well, if you enjoy this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and wish you well. This is Big Papa signing off.